Good
Hey,
morning.
good morning. Can you hear me? You can't hear me.
Yes, I
Can you,
can hear now, but
you can hear me now.
but
Okay.
before I didn't.
Uh-oh. Okay. How's it going?
Good. Not
Good.
bad. You say forever.
All right. Now, how's Arif?
It was good. On Wednesday he went back Switzerland,
Uh-huh.
and he always works.
Right. How long? I mean, did you guys get a chance to spend some time together?
Yes. 3 days he was here.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it was good for us. 3 days,
Okay.
I think good. Rather than
All right.
rather than 0 days, 3 days good.
Right. Right. 3 days is better than nothing.
Okay, yes, 3 days better than nothing.
Right. 3 days is better than nothing. Right. Now, when is he coming back? Or when is he coming to Izmir again?
Maybe 1 month later. I don't know.
Okay.
hmm
All right. So he'll be back in a month.
He will be back. He will back.
Right. He will be back in a
Be
month.
back. Okay. He,
Right.
he
He
will
will
be
be back
back
in a month.
in a month.
In a month. Right. He will be back in a month. All right. Well, I want to say Allah kavuştursun.
Thank you, Antonio.
All right. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, I like to start with a listening exercise now.
Okay.
Okay, and hopefully we'll learn a couple of things from this exercise. Okay, now what we are going to do now is
Okay. Left sentences.
okay. Yes. What we're going to do now is we're going to listen to um, a conversation, okay?
Mhm.
And there are two people giving their opinion about something,
Mhm.
okay? Now we have to identify the topic that they're talking about,
Okay.
okay? And we have to listen and see if they are uh, for if they have a positive view
Mhm.
about this or if they have a negative view about this. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now let's listen first. Let's just try to understand as
Mhm.
much as we can. All right. Then we're going to listen to that one more time. And then we are going to write down any words or expressions that we don't know.
Okay.
Okay. But remember, the first time we're just going to listen. That's it.
Okay. Mhm.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. Oh, hold on one second. Let me share this. And okay. So this is what we're doing. Okay. Okay, here we go.
Page 104. Exercise 11. Listening. Let's face it. Part A. Listen to people give their opinions about issues in the news. What issues are they talking about? 1,
Wow, that documentary about animals and entertainment was a little hard to watch. I mean, I love watching animals do tricks at amusement parks and circuses, but I had no idea how much they can suffer.
Yeah, some of those animals are kept in horrible conditions. That's just not right. Then they're punished and abused if they don't do what they're supposed to. And the only benefit is that the owners are making money. In most cases, they're not trying to improve the animals' living conditions. If it weren't for those animals, they wouldn't make any of that money.
I know, it's awful, isn't it? But I feel like some places have the right idea, too. They use the animals for entertainment, but they make sure the animals are taken care of, and they use part of the profits to rescue other animals and do research. Research, rescue, and protection of the animals. That seems more acceptable, doesn't it?
I guess. But how do we make sure that all places are acting responsibly and doing those things? I still think that animals should be in their natural habitats, not in some small space so they can help humans make money. It's just not natural.
2,
Okay, now okay, let me ask you something. How much of the conversation did you get? Did you get maybe 50% or maybe 60, maybe 40,
Yeah, 75.
75? Great, excellent. Okay, now let's listen to that again, okay?
Mhm.
And take notes, okay?
Mhm, mhm.
And if you hear any word or words or expressions that you don't know, try to write them down too, okay? Okay, here we go.
1,
Wow, that documentary about animals and entertainment was a little hard to watch. I mean, I love watching animals do tricks at amusement parks and circuses, but I had no idea how much they can suffer.
Yeah, some of those animals are kept in horrible conditions. That's just not right. Then they're punished and abused if they don't do what they're supposed to. And the only benefit is that the owners are making money. In most cases, they're not trying to improve the animals' living conditions. If it weren't for those animals, they wouldn't make any of that money.
I know, it's awful, isn't it? But I feel like some places have the right idea, too. They use the animals for entertainment, but they make sure the animals are taken care of, and they use part of the profits to rescue other animals and do research. Research, rescue, and protection of the animals. That seems more acceptable, doesn't it?
I guess. But how do we make sure that all places are acting responsibly and doing those things? I still think that animals should be in their natural habitats, not in some small space so they can help humans make money. It's just not natural.
Okay, now,
Mhm.
what's the issue they're talking about?
They are talking about uh, using animals to entertainment and earning money from uh, these things.
From these animals,
Yes.
right? Or from this thing, yes, animals in entertainment, okay.
Mhm.
And what are the opinions for?
Mm.
So one of them is for animals, and the other one is against this idea. So what did they say about that?
Yes. Uh, they say, they say if using animals entertainment for um, rescue, research, and protection of the other animals, it's okay.
Mhm.
But
Right.
just earning money for their owners, it is not good.
Right.
Yeah, it is not good, and animals must be in their ecosystem or habitats, they say.
Right. Exactly, in their natural habitat.
Mhm.
Okay, that's good. Good. Now, did you hear anything that you don't know? Any strange words?
Yeah, I heard something, but I didn't catch to note. But also I didn't remember now. I don't
Okay,
remember.
that's okay. That's okay. But you got the main idea of the
Yes.
conversation, which is great. Now, remember how to say the main idea? Remember what I think you learn another word
Gist,
for main idea.
gist.
Right, right. You got the gist of the
Yeah.
conversation. Very good, Duygu. All right. Now let's do the same, okay, with conversation number 2. All right.
Mhm.
All right, here we go. Remember, we're just going to listen this time around, and then the second time around, we'll take notes. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
2,
I just read in the paper that a super center is going to open just 5 minutes outside of town.
A super center? Like a drugstore, supermarket, and discount store all combined into one?
Exactly. I think it's great. The products are cheaper, and it will provide a lot of jobs for the community.
I agree that the products are cheaper and it does create jobs, but what about the smaller, family-owned stores in town? All those small markets and clothing stores and pharmacies will now have to compete with this super center. And a lot of those smaller businesses will lose a lot of money because, let's face it, they can't compete.
I guess I hadn't thought about the impact on the small businesses in town.
And not only that, but I think we'll lose a lot of variety. If these smaller businesses start losing money, they will either close down or start limiting their products. Then we'll have fewer choices when we go shopping.
Yeah, I guess big companies aren't always good for small businesses, are they?
Okay, all right. Now let's listen to that again. This time, feel free to take notes. Okay. All right, here we go.
2,
I just read in the paper that a super center is going to open just 5 minutes outside of town.
A super center? Like a drugstore, supermarket, and discount store all combined into one?
Exactly. I think it's great. The products are cheaper, and it will provide a lot of jobs for the community.
I agree that the products are cheaper and it does create jobs, but what about the smaller, family-owned stores in town? All those small markets and clothing stores and pharmacies will now have to compete with this super center. And a lot of those smaller businesses will lose a lot of money because, let's face it, they can't compete.
I guess I hadn't thought about the impact on the small businesses in town.
And not only that, but I think we'll lose a lot of variety. If these smaller businesses start losing money, they will either close down or start limiting their products. Then we'll have fewer choices when we go shopping.
Yeah, I guess big companies aren't always good for small businesses, are they?
Okay, so what's the issue here?
Opening a super center near the town,
Right, exactly.
and they talked about this issue.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
And what's the positive side of having this super center?
they can find all, yeah, they can find all things like drugstore, some the other stores in a one place,
Mhm.
I think, in one
Okay.
place, and um, community can find a lot of job in there.
Right.
But on the other
Okay.
hand,
On the other hand,
it can affect small business in town. And one day small business can lose money and they can close, something like that.
right.
So variety can decrease.
Yes. Right. They will lose variety. Yes.
Yes, and that's
Okay.
I could
All
say.
right. Yeah, yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Okay, now we're going to listen to that conversation again, or rather the conversations again, and read the transcripts at the same time.
Mhm.
Okay? So whenever you see something that you don't know, like a word or expression, please make a note of that. All
Okay.
right? Okay, so here we go. Let me get this ready here. Okay. Now, um, um, hmm, okay, hold on 1 second. And all right, here we go. Can you see the Word document?
Yes.
Oh, hold on. No. Okay, there we go. All right, so let me play that.
One.
Wow, that documentary about animals and entertainment was a little hard to watch. I mean, I love watching animals do tricks at amusement parks and circuses, but I had no idea how much they can suffer.
Yeah, some of those animals are kept in horrible conditions. That's just not right. Then they're punished and abused if they don't do what they're supposed to. And the only benefit is that the owners are making money. In most cases, they're not trying to improve the animals' living conditions. If it weren't for those animals, they wouldn't make any of that money.
I know, it's awful, isn't it? But I feel like some places have the right idea, too. They use the animals for entertainment, but they make sure the animals are taken care of, and they use part of the profits to rescue other animals and do research. Research, rescue, and protection of the animals. That seems more acceptable, doesn't it?
I guess. But how do we make sure that all places are acting responsibly and doing those things? I still think that animals should be in their natural habitats, not in some small space so they can help humans make money. It's just not natural.
Cannot hear
Okay,
you.
sorry. All right, let's take a look. Do you see any word?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Tricks at amusement.
Okay, tricks and amusement parks.
Amusement park. Okay.
Right. So trick is so it says I love watching
Some
animals.
movement like that, I
Yes,
think. Uh-huh.
right. Those things that you teach dogs to do.
Uh-huh.
Like for example, patikavar. Yacht. Right. So those are tricks. Okay. So those are tricks. For example, tricks has many meanings. Another meaning is, do you like magic?
Yes.
I think everybody likes magic. Now, what do you call people who do magic?
Mm, cheat someone, for example.
Well, I mean, what's the name of their profession?
Magician. No.
Exactly, magicians. All
Mhm.
right. Now, what do we call the things that magicians do? We call them magic tricks.
Okay. Mhm.
Okay, we call them magic tricks. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, do you know any magic trick? Or do you know any magic tricks?
No.
No? Okay, I do. I know one. I know one. For example, let me see. Uh, I can make this disappear.
Mhm.
Um, let me see if I can show you. Um, I'm going to insert where. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to insert this coin in my arm. Okay. Now it might take me a couple of tries because it's not too easy. All right. Now remember, what do we call this?
Trick. Magic trick.
A magic trick. Okay. So um, let's see. Oh no, that didn't work. That didn't work. Hold on. Let me try again. As I said, it might take me a few tries. So sorry. I'm gonna try again. Okay. So, oh, okay. Now I did it. I think. You see, that's a magic trick. Now, where is the coin? The coin is here. It's better. It's better if you. It's better if you see it, face to face.
Yes.
But now you know what a trick is.
Okay.
Right? All right. Now, amusement park is where you go. Have you ever heard of SeaWorld?
Yes.
That's an amusement park. Or
Mhm.
have you ever heard of Disneyland or
Yes.
Disney World? Yeah, those are amusement parks.
Okay.
Okay. Amusement means um, amuse. Amuse means to make someone laugh.
Mhm.
Amuse, to make someone have fun.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Now, what else do you, any other words that you don't know?
Not. I know everything.
Okay. You know benefit?
I know.
Okay. Now, let's see. Entertainment, profits. You know profit, right? Okay. Now, is profit something good or bad?
Good.
Is profit something good or bad?
Profit. is good thing, I think.
Right. It's a good thing, right? Okay. Now let me direct your attention to this sentence. Okay. Then
Mhm.
they're punished and abused if they don't do what they're supposed to. Can you kind of explain what this means?
Mm, I know it, but people want to animal to do something.
Right.
If they don't do these things,
Mhm.
people punish and abuse them.
Right. People punish them and abuse them. Exactly.
Yes,
Okay. Now, are you familiar with this?
suppose. Yes, I know.
Okay.
Um, Yani ummak, ummak, beklemek in Turkish.
Okay, beklemek gibi gibi. All right. Now, take a look at this. If it weren't for those animals, they wouldn't make any of that money. So if it weren't for those animals, what do you think that means? What is this person trying to say?
It weren't for those animals.
Okay. So if it weren't for, it's kind of an expression,
Hı hı.
okay? And it means without.
Hı hı.
So without those animals, they wouldn't make money. Does that
Yes.
make sense?
Hı hı. Yes, yes. I understood.
Okay. All right. Now, before I forget, can you complete this sentence? If it weren't for my parents,
Ah,
how can you complete this sentence?
hı hı. I am sad,
Well,
but
okay.
I would be sad.
I would be sad. Exactly. If it weren't for my parents, I would be sad. Okay. Now think about something that your parents did
Hı hı.
that you are grateful for. All right. So let me say that again. Think of something that your parents did and that you are thankful for.
Hı hı.
So if it weren't for my parents, something that you have or something that they gave you, um,
I I wouldn't be this person. I don't know.
right. Okay, I wouldn't be who I am, let's say.
Yes.
Okay, all right, that's good. That's good. Okay. All right. So remember, if it weren't means something like without.
Hı hı.
Okay. All right. Now let's go back and Okay. All right. So let's do the same for conversation number 2. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Two.
I just read in the paper that a super center is going to open just 5 minutes outside of town.
Supercenter? Like a drugstore, supermarket, and discount store all combined into one?
Exactly. I think it's great. The products are cheaper, and it will provide a lot of jobs for the community.
I agree that the products are cheaper and it does create jobs, but what about the smaller, family-owned stores in town? All those small markets and clothing stores and pharmacies will now have to compete with this supercenter. And a lot of those smaller businesses will lose a lot of money because, let's face it, they can't compete.
I guess I hadn't thought about the impact on the small businesses in town.
And not only that, but I think we'll lose a lot of variety. If these smaller businesses start losing money, they will either close down or start limiting their products. Then we'll have fewer choices when we go shopping.
Yeah, I guess big companies aren't always good for small businesses, are they?
Okay. Anything that you are not familiar with?
There isn't. But I don't know an expression.
Which one?
I know every word, but I don't know if there is an expression.
Okay. All right. Now, well, okay, so you know every single word. Okay. Do you know impact?
I know.
Okay. Hmm. All right. Okay. All right. I think this second conversation is a little bit easier than the first one. Okay, the products are cheaper. Now take a look at this. I agree that the products are cheaper and it does create jobs. What is this doing here?
I think it is emphasizing create and verb.
Yes, exactly. It is emphasizing create jobs. That's right. Okay. Okay. Now, let's face it. You know what that means? Let's face it.
Yes, I know.
Okay, great. Okay. All right. Now, okay. Now I want to make sure, okay? I want to make sure that you know how to use this. Okay? Now, I want you to think about some things that you have to do because people expect you to do. For example, you can start by thinking about work. So think about things at work that you have to do because somebody expects you to do them.
Yeah, for example, my boss is supposed to prepare a board presentation, for example.
Okay, he is supposed to prepare a board presentation.
Yes, but I didn't do it.
Aha. Now look, my boss is supposed to prepare a presentation. Now, when you say this, okay, your boss is the one who has to prepare the presentation, not you.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So again, think about things that you have to do because somebody expects you to do them. So things that you have to do because somebody expects you to do them. Number one. So remember, what do you have to do?
The first example, the first example,
Right. You have to
is mine.
prepare a presentation.
Yes.
Right. It's your job to do that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Number two.
Preparing some reports, presentation reports,
Okay. What kind of report?
like include some analytics about our jobs, for example.
Okay. Prepare an analytics report. Okay. What's number three?
Design human resources systems, for example.
Design human resources. What?
Systems.
Human resources systems. Okay. Now remember, somebody expects you to do these. Okay. All right. Now, when somebody expects you to do these, you can say this: I am supposed to prepare a presentation. Okay. I am supposed to prepare an analytics report. I am supposed to prepare or to design a human resources system. Okay. When you say this, it means you have to.
Okay.
It means I have to prepare a presentation, but it also means that somebody expects you to do this. Okay, there are two things there. You have to do it because somebody expects you to do it.
Okay.
All right. Excuse me. So what are you supposed to do next week at work? Is there something that you're supposed to do next week at work?
I am supposed to do some feedback meetings with my team,
All
for
right.
example.
I am supposed to have
Have
some feedback meetings with
my team.
my team. Okay, great. Exactly. Now remember, what does this mean? It means you have to have the feedback meetings because, I don't know, maybe your team is expecting you to have these meetings, or maybe your boss, or maybe your manager, or maybe the super manager. I don't know, somebody. Somebody expects you to have these meetings. All right. Okay. Now, So I'm going to write here. I'm going to write something here. I'm going to put this in the middle. So number one is have to do because somebody expects you to. Okay, that's number one. All right. Now there's a number two, Duygu. And number two is if we use this structure in the past or with the past simple, we are implying that we had to do something, but we didn't. Okay, we're implying that. Okay, so for example, I was supposed to call my mom last night. Now, if you say something like this, it means, oh, I had to call my mom, but I didn't.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Now tell me something that you were supposed to do this week, but you didn't. Can you think of something?
I was supposed
Yeah.
to mm, go to market 2 days ago.
Okay, to the market.
To the market
2 days
2
ago.
days
2
ago,
days ago.
but I didn't go.
All right, but I didn't go. Okay, good. Okay, all right. Now there's a number three. Okay, and the number three is to be supposed to means people say. Now you might be saying, what? What does that mean? Okay, so for example, people say that the new restaurant is very good. Okay, so we can rephrase this as this. The new restaurant is supposed to be very good. Okay, so when you hear something like this, for example, oh, Antonio is supposed to be a bad teacher. Okay, so it means that's what people say. People say, oh, people say Antonio's a bad teacher. So you can say, oh, Antonio's supposed to be a bad teacher, or Antonio's supposed to be a good teacher. Okay. Now, if people say that working for I'm sorry, what's the name of your company? I forget.
Ince Holding.
AG Holding has is awesome. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you
Ince
can
Holding.
rephrase.
Ince
I'm sorry.
Holding is
Well,
supposed, no?
Well,
I'm working for Ince Holding.
right. Working for
Ince
Ince
Holding is supposed to be awesome. Awesome.
Right. It's supposed to be awesome. Okay. Now, one thing. When you say working for Inge Holding is supposed to be awesome, you're just saying what other people say. Now, Can you say this?
No.
No, because you work for Inji Holding,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, excellent. All right. Now, there's a number 4, Duygu. Okay. Now, if you say suppose sometimes means think,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I suppose Arif went home. Okay, what does that mean? It means I think Arif went home. Or
Mm-hmm.
I suppose I can work. I suppose I can work this weekend. Means I think I can work this weekend. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Now, please notice that the tenses are different.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'm using the present simple, right?
Yes.
Now, when I use the present simple, it means I think.
Mm-hmm.
But look, here we're saying I am supposed to. When you use this structure, the meaning sort of changes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, it means something like I have to because somebody expects me to. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to send you homework on this.
Okay.
Okay, so the next homework is going to be about this.
Yes,
All right.
because 4 kinds of different things.
Yes. Right. There are 4 different meanings.
4 different.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, 4 different meanings. Okay. Now I want to go over something, but before I do, can you remind me? Remember Frank and
Yes,
his gold bracelet?
I remember.
Okay. Remember what did the crow do with the bracelet?
Crow uh, flew down uh, out of nowhere and made made of made of with his gold bracelets.
Right, right. The crow made off with his gold bracelet. Right, exactly.
Mhm.
Okay. And and was he happy about it?
No, he was in a bad mood because he was sure he had lost it for good.
Right, for good, exactly. Okay, very good, very good. All right. Now we are going to talk about, oops, not here. I'm in the wrong place. Okay, here we go. All right. So we're going to talk about, we're going to learn a few expressions about business. Okay, I want to show you some expressions about business, and then we're going to talk about business related topics.
Okay.
Okay. Now, before I do, I want to show you this mixed up vocabulary. So, take a look at this.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the first word on the list? So, making people
Marketing.
aware. Marketing. That's right.
Yay.
Okay, what about number 2? A
Manager.
person who manager. Okay. Now look at this. In charge of. Do you know what that means?
Mhm. Yes, I know.
Okay.
Be
All
responsible
right. Right. To be responsible for. Okay.
for,
Number
yes.
3.
This one. Advertise, I think.
Advertise. That's right.
Profit.
Profit.
Loss.
A loss.
Loss.
Yes.
If you don't make a profit, a loss. I didn't
All right.
know this.
If you don't make a profit or a loss, you break even.
Break even. Okay.
Yes, you break even. Okay.
Um,
So at the beginning, when a company first starts, that the first, I think the first thing they try to do is to break even.
mhm.
They try to, of course, they try to make a profit, but if they cannot make a profit, at least they try to break even.
Okay. The last one, I think meeting.
Meeting. That's right. Very good. Okay. Now I'm going to show you some idioms. Okay. We're going to let's see if you know some of these idioms. Okay. So
Okay.
for example, the first one is this. Can you read it out, please?
I'm on holiday next week, but please keep me in the loop while I am
Very
away.
good. Very good, Duygu. Excellent. Yeah, keeping the loop while I'm away. All right. Okay, now let's take a look at the next one.
Joshua ne? Joshua.
Joshua.
And Joshua was late for the meeting again, so he can take the
You know, sometimes
break.
sometimes during meetings there is a person who takes notes.
Okay.
What do you call those notes? Do you know?
Take the note, you say?
Right. Take notes.
Yeah, take notes.
Right.
Writing.
Take notes, but right. But in business, in business, I mean, they say instead of notes, they say something else. It's okay. We'll talk about it in a bit. Okay.
Okay.
Let's take a look at this.
Okay. I am going to have to work all weekend in order to meet the I don't know.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Let's try this one.
If we release it this quarter, I am certain we can corner in smart wallets. We can corner the
Okay, that's okay. Now let's
maybe
take a
I
look
can
at this.
remember, but I um, I
Yeah,
cannot
that's
start
okay.
it.
That's all right.
That was Tom on the phone. We have got the green to start the Omega. Green light.
Wow, excellent. We've got the green light to start the Omega project. Sorry, I forgot to show you that last part. Okay, now let me show you the list of options.
Okay.
But you got one, two, you got two. You were able to guess two, so that's not bad. Okay, so here we go.
Mm.
So you got in the loop, keep me in the loop.
Mm-hmm.
Try to do number three. Forget about number two for now. Try to do number three.
Number 3. Okay.
Yes, the third one.
I'm going to have to work all weekend in order to meet the market, meet the deadline.
Right, meet the deadline. Okay. Now, do you know what that means?
Mm. Deadline,
Means
I know,
to
but meet the deadline, I don't know.
it means to complete something on or before
Mm.
the deadline.
Okay.
So these two are a collocation.
Hmm.
A collocation is a combination of two words,
Mm-hmm.
and you usually see those two words together.
Okay. Meet the
That's what we
deadline.
call, see what it says here, collocations?
Collocation. Mm-hmm.
Right. It's two words that usually go together. So meet, deadline, those two usually go together.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I think
And
second one, take the minutes.
take the minutes, right. Take the minutes means to take notes.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why they call it minutes. I think it's because um, um, some people write down the time
Mm-hmm.
when something was done during the meeting or something was said during the meeting. I'm not sure. Okay. And so we have corner the,
Market.
yes, corner the market. It means to control the market.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for example, um, um, um, I don't know, maybe Arif works for JTI, right?
Yes.
So they try to corner the market. It means they try to control the market. It means they try to um, um, they try to how can I explain it? Maybe, do you know the word monopoly?
Yes.
They try to monopolize, or they try to have an advantage
Mm-hmm.
over their rivals, okay,
Yeah.
by controlling the demand and the
Mhm.
supply of the product.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Being
Okay.
being a big player, for example.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Okay. All right. Now, let's talk about let's talk about a couple of things. Um, so how big is Indie Holding?
Mm. Sorry, I didn't understand your question.
Okay. How big is Indie Holding? How
Mm.
big is your company?
Uh, For example, for
Now,
example, employee place name, number of employees or
exactly.
profit,
Yes.
something like that.
Well, the number of employees and maybe the number of offices.
Okay. Ince Holding has 300 2,000, not 3,200 employees,
Mhm.
and it has 11 plants in Manisa, for example.
11 plants.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So it's a big company.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And before Inji Holding, did you work for another big company?
Yes. I worked in BMC, that is an automotive company. There are 6,000 people in there, workers in there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
the biggest company I have worked like olmadı.
No, it's good. It's going.
The
That's
biggest company I have worked, yes, I have worked was BMC.
BMC.
Yeah.
Okay. There's one thing missing there.
Yes.
Try again. The biggest company.
The biggest company I have worked, mm, I have even, not even, I have worked,
Hmm.
the
Okay.
biggest
So you can
company
say,
I have worked.
right, the biggest company I have worked for
Work for, okay.
is, right, the biggest company I have worked for is BMC.
BMC.
You forgot
Mhm.
that for.
For,
Some people
okay.
some people say in, okay, but
Mhm.
most people say work for. Let me um let me write it here. So to work for a company,
Mhm.
okay? That's the expression, to work for a company.
Okay.
Okay, so the biggest company I have worked
For is,
for is BMC.
okay.
Okay, or you can say the biggest company I have ever worked for is BMC. Okay, now what's the biggest company in Turkey?
Hmm. I don't know, but it can be Koç Holding.
Hmm. And how big are they? Do you know?
I think
What do people say about how big they are?
uh, uh, okay. Mm, mm. Koç Holding, big of Koç Holding uh, is supposed to uh, is supposed to is
It's supposed
100
to.
it's
Oh, well, you can say Coach Holding is supposed to be the
B,
biggest
okay,
company in Turkey.
to be
Okay, so
uh,
right, so you can say Coach Holding is supposed to be the biggest company in Turkey. Okay, or for example, if you say, people say Coach Holding has about 10,000 employees.
mhm,
Okay, you can say Coach Holding is supposed to
have.
have some 10,000 employees.
Mhm, okay.
Okay. Um, Now, are there any companies you would like to work for?
Mm, maybe Koç Holding in Turkey.
Okay. All right. Um, Now, let's say that um, Coach Holding offered you a job.
Mhm.
Okay. What would it take for you to stay at Inji Holding?
Mm, I didn't understand.
Okay.
Okay, Koç
All
Holding
right.
mm, offered me a job, but
Right.
after that I didn't understand.
All right. So if Coach Holding offered you a job, what would it take for you to stay at Inji Holding?
What would it
Okay.
take for me to stay in joining? In
Right.
joining, do something for it?
Right. Inji Holding has to offer you something
Mm-hmm.
so that you stay working for them.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm,
Um,
maybe, maybe uh, it's if Coach Holding offered me a job
mhm.
um, in job uh, in Holding give me the higher money, higher
Higher salary.
salary, for
Uh-huh.
example.
Okay.
I can stay at Holding, but I don't know how can make a sentence, make a right
Okay.
sentence.
All right. That's okay. That's okay. So if you can use an if statement, okay? So if Inji Holding can you complete the sentence? So I mean, forget about this for now.
Mhm.
Forget about this. So basically, the question is, what would Inji Holding have to do
If Inji
for you to
Holding,
stay?
if Inji Holding gave me more salary,
A higher salary.
a higher salary,
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't accept Koç Holding's offer, for example.
Right, I would accept Koç Holdings offer. Good, good. If Inji Holding gave me a higher salary, I wouldn't accept Koç Holdings offer. Okay. All right. So it would take me. Now I wanna explain this to you. It would take me. Okay. It would take me. For example, how long would it take you to drive to Ankara?
Six hours.
6 hours. Okay. All right. Now, can you give me a longer sentence?
Driving to Ankara is almost 6 hours.
Okay. Driving to Ankara is. Okay. Driving to Ankara takes 6 hours. Okay. Now, but so this is for everybody. Okay. So maybe you drive very slowly. So you would say driving to Ankara takes me 7 hours. Okay. So how long does it take you to drive to Ankara? So what's the answer to that? The answer to that is it takes me 7 hours to drive to Ankara. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, how long does it take you to get to work?
Get to work means go to work?
Right, to arrive at work.
Okay. It takes me 1 hour to get to work.
Right, it takes you 1 hour to get to work. Okay. Now, how long does it take? How long does it take you to get to the nearest supermarket?
Okay. It takes me 2 minutes to get to my near supermarket.
Right. It would take how many minutes?
2 minutes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so let's try that again. How long does it take you to get to the nearest supermarket?
It takes me 2 minutes to get to my near supermarket, not my near
Okay.
supermarket.
Okay, good. Now, how long does it take to prepare um, to prepare uh, a presentation, a board presentation?
It takes me 1 or 2 hours to prepare a presentation.
Right. It takes me 1 or 2 hours to prepare a presentation. Okay, good. Now, how long does it take to how long does it take to what else do you do at work? I'm thinking. I'm thinking about something that you have to do at work. So you prepare presentations. What else do you do? Remind me.
Design a system, for example.
Okay. How long does it take you to design a system?
It takes me 1 hour, 2 months to design to design a new system, for example.
Okay. All right. Now here we're talking about time. Okay. We're talking about time. We say, how long does it take you to, okay? And the answer is a time, right? A period of time. Okay. Like one hour, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 2 years. Okay. Now, sometimes we don't talk about time. We talk about things. So we say, what does it take you to cook dinner? Now here, what kind of an answer are we looking for? What kind of an answer do you think we're looking for?
I think, do you like? Or, for example, I don't know.
Okay. Well, here, let me think about this real quick.
For example, you want to make pasta. The question is about it.
Well, we're asking, I mean, what does it require you? But what does it require you to cook dinner? So, for example, so you can say, it takes me, what does it take you to cook dinner? It takes me to cook pasta. It takes me a can of a bag of pasta and And let's see, it takes me a bag of pasta. And what else? So the requirements. We're talking about requirements.
Mhm.
Takes me a bag of pasta. No. Let me change let me change this. Do you cook pasta?
Yes.
What kind of pasta do you cook?
Tomato soup, for tomato sauce, for example.
Okay, well, let's talk about tomato soup.
Okay.
Okay, so what does it take you to cook tomato soup?
Hmm.
You can say
Some
it takes
tomatoes,
me
onion,
a couple of
garlic.
tomatoes, garlic, onions,
Mhm. Olive oil.
and olive oil. Okay, so
Mhm.
we're talking about requirements.
Yes.
So when we say what does it take you to work for Inji Holding? What do you think we're asking?
Okay. It takes me good salary.
Yes, it takes me good salary
Salary.
to work
Um,
for Inji Holding,
mhm.
right?
Okay.
Okay, so we're talking about
I
requirements.
understood.
Okay. It takes me a good salary, or it takes me a good salary. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'll send you homework for supposed to.
Okay.
Okay. And did I send you homework last week?
Yes, just telling stories, two stories, Frank and Dale.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'll ask you to tell me the story next time.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna make a note here. Tell me the story of the crow. Let's see if you remember this word. The crow did something. Remember the title of the story?
Mm,
In Turkish is suç işlemek miydi? İşlemek.
commit.
Right, commits a crime. Tell me the story of the
Mhm.
crow that commits.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Have a good weekend, Antonio. Thank you for this lesson.
Thank you, Duygu. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend.
Okay, bye bye.
All right. Bye bye.